Hi again. April the 17th marks exactly 6 months since the start of the US-backed offensive to retake the Iraqi city of Mosul from Islamic State. What was expected to be completed within weeks has turned into a lengthy battle. Tens of thousands of civilians are fleeing the city every week now.
Iraqi security forces launched their counterattack to liberate Mosul from ISIL, also known as Daesh. This operation to regain control of Iraq's second largest city will likely continue for weeks, possibly longer.
I'm extremely concerned for the safety of up to 1.5 million people living in Mosul who may be impacted by military operations to retake the city from ISIL.
I think the operation is on track, and I'm hopeful that we liberate the city before the end of the year. You cannot just fire at everyone and everybody in the city. You have to be very careful.
الجانب العراقي والجانب الامريكي الكل ياكدون لنا انه معركه سهله، مما ادى الى انه الناس تطمئن، ما تترك بيوتها، ما تعرف راح يجري عليها هذا القصف.
Filth, squalor, desperation, and claustrophobia. The life of a refugee is never easy, but for those who got out of Mosul, on top of all of this, there are the painful memories.
الطائرة نعم ضربته، ايه الحرب ضربته، ما خلت فيه كل شيء نهائيا، كل شيء بس طلعنا يعني بس احنا عوينا وضربنا، ابطال قدرنا وطلعنا.
الشام ما خفنا والله، يعني عيشتنا شو صارت، يعني واحد يقصف المعمل وبيته وراح بيته زلمته يروح، يعني شنو حياتها؟ وظلنا كل مسكن هنا.
The Iraqi security forces have done a lot of very good planning. They're going to continue to make progress. They're going to continue to push ISIL out. Daesh is going to be pushed out of Mosul entirely.
So, as it stands at the moment, Islamic State still controls the western part of Mosul with hundreds of thousands of civilians trapped there. Many of them are dealing with food and water shortages, yet are afraid to flee amid the ongoing fighting. RT's Maria Finoshna discussed their plight with Oxfam's head of humanitarian policy.
We hear from the UN that around 400,000 civilians still remain trapped in the areas under control of ISIS in western Mosul. Is there any possibility for humanitarian corridors to be set up?
In terms of the area where the fighting is most intense, it's virtually impossible to try to get aid workers and aid safely in and out of the country. And so many hundreds of thousands of people are trapped there, and they're trapped without the basic essentials of life, without food, without water, and of course at great risk from the bombs and missiles that have been falling in and around their areas.
If we compare what is happening right now in Iraq's Mosul to what happened in Syria's Aleppo, what would you have to say?
I think we need to be careful about making comparisons and potentially saying that one was better than the other. But certainly we have deep concerns about both of the operations that have taken place recently. We know that at times there are certain conflict parties, certain governments who will try to minimize the impact of the conflict on civilians. There are certain actors that in fact do the opposite, and they will attempt to target very deliberately hospitals and other essential civilian infrastructure. So we would always, wherever it happens, condemn such actions which are deliberate attempts to kill or harm civilians, and we call upon responsible governments to do their utmost to make sure that they do minimize such harm.
Turkey's president's declared victory now in an historic referendum.